All right, beautiful people, welcome back. Excuse me. So in this section, we want to introduce ourselves to how Elementor Builder really works. Like we want to understand the fundamental things you need to know about Elementor, so that by the time you start, applying, doing a whole lot of creating a whole lot of websites, doing a whole lot of work, is going to be pretty awesome. You are going to be more flexible while you're actually using it. Okay, so what we'll do right now is that we are going to use it to create a section on our page. So what do I mean by a section? So let's go to, I think we're through with this, right? I think I have to, sorry, let me leave it. Okay, let's just go back to all pages. I want to move out of our menu, all pages, and let's scroll down to pages. Okay, I want to go to home page, right? Okay, so now we have edit. So if you've not actually edit with Elementor before, you're not going to see edit with Elementor. So the first thing you need to do is just to dive in. You see here you're seeing edit with Elementor. So it's because I've already tapped into Elementor edit. You might not see it right there at your own space. So if you want to see it, just click on home. By the time you click on home, ensure that you are here at your main is full width and at your title you've actually disabled. So then you can now scroll and locate an environment where you can see edit with Elementor. So by the time you do that, it's going to load to an Elementor page. So that means you are on your own page. You want to start building your own page with Elementor Page Builder. So that is exactly what you're trying to do. So this is how it looks like. Okay, let me just break some things down for you. So Elementor adds its elements, like things that we use, like inner section, header, image, text, editor, video, button, divider, spacer, Google Map, icon, and some other stuff. So you see, like I said, we have the pro version and the free version. So now that we're using the free version contains all these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It contains like 10 basic elements. So if you now want to migrate to pro version, there's when you can see post, portfolio, form, gallery, login, site, and stuff like that. So if you actually need by the time you get done with this, you might be very interested in trying to get the approved versions. And but let's work around with the free version right there. Free version can do a lot more of work. Okay, so this is the element. So you can see here you are under element. That's what you're seeing. That what's the color? Can I call it wine, deep wine? And by the time you go to global, you can go to pro. So I'm going back to element. I just want to show you the environment, how it works. So by the time you click here, you are going to see default color, default font, theme styling, global. So we are not going to touch all this for now. So let's go back. So I just want to show you how to navigate. So global element, clicking on the 3 toggle button, and here by the time you click here, that means you want to locate the basic. So now let's not take, for instance, now I want to start working on the first section. So by the time I click here, it's going to ask me select your structure. So how do I want my site to look like? Okay, let's say for instance I want my site to look like this. Probably I want the section to be divided into 2. I want the sections to be like just like one section, just one column. So probably I just want 2 columns right there. So I think I have let me work on this. So by the time you click on this, you have your column, you now have section, inner section, you have your row, and you have column, 2 column right here. So okay, so if you don't want to do that, let's assume you delete it. You can technically pick just one, and inside this one you can see by the time you click it, and this is what I want to explain to you. By the time you pick a particular section, let's assume you pick this, these environments will change. The Elementor environment will change. So each section is divided into 3 categories. We have the layout, we have the style, and we have the advanced. So by the time you click on the layout, this layout is actually telling us basic things we need to know about Elementor, like the layout and how do you want the structure of the layout to look like. So by the time you click on the structure, it's telling you that it is 100%, and the structure is 100%. Here it has so many other settings that you need to do here. It's not hard. All you need to do is just to play around it as if you are playing Candy Crush. So all right, so by the time you click here, you see style. How do you want to style your environment? So by the time you see advanced, so it's basically divided into 3. We have the layout, the style, and the advanced. Let me delete it back again. Let me go back to here and click. Is going to give me all those options. So If I now want to probably in this section, I want to use my basic element, I will now click on this. I'm clicking on it already. So that is when I can now pick all my elements from there. So I hope you're getting it right. So let's now take, for instance, I just want to, well, I want to use two inner column. So you can now add the inner section. Sorry, by the time you pick this inner section, you can see you have these things divided into two. But I don't want this, it's giving me headache, so I can delete it and I'll go back to my section. I clear it. I'm actually saying this is what I want. It's gonna give me this, and this is pretty awesome. All right, so if this is what I want to use, let's take for instance, I want to have a text, I want to have button, I want to have images and all this. So how am I going to go about it? So like I said, we are trying to introduce ourselves to how Elementor works. Don't forget, by the time you pick a particular section, it's going to give you the layout, the style, and the advanced. So okay, so what am I doing here? Inside this inner section that I have, I want to drop excuse me, I want to, for instance, I want to have an image inside of this place. Before I have an image, I want to make sure that this thing is a little bit larger, so I can make it this content with boxed, and I can make it, okay, I can make it full width, I can make it box. If I want to make it box, okay, let's take for instance, if I make it full width, it's going to give me another option. But let's take for instance, I want to make it box. So from the box, I can say, okay, I want to enlarge it a bit. So I want it to be like, okay, 1200. Let's take for instance. So you can see it's not very large now. So inside this place, I want to start dropping some stuff here. Don't forget, you need to drop elements inside your section. I repeat, you need to drop elements inside your section. Like sections contains a whole lot of elements, whether button, whether text, whether image, whether, all you need to do is just go back to your basic element. What do you want to drop? You want to drop heading, so you can pick this and drop it there. You can see it's pretty easy. It's just like you dropping, dragging and dropping. Okay, by the time you do this, you want to make sure that this thing is a little bit bigger. You don't like the way it is H2, you want to make it more bigger, you can give it H1. You can see it's still bigger. You want text to be black. So this content is telling you that what you pick as an element is title. All right, so okay, so let's go back to style. So under this style, you can give it a color. So styling has to do with the look and feel, and advanced means how do you want it to look more by the time you start finish. You understand? All right, finish styling. All right, so here I just want to, okay, under this context, you can adjust, even if you have a link, if you want it to have a size, or if you want it to be large, you see, just imagine how you actually want it. If you want it to be centrally aligned, if you want it to be center, if you want it to be at the edge, if you want it to be justified, you just pick anything you feel like walking around with. Don't worry, walk around all this. It's pretty gonna be awesome. All I want you to understand right now is how to actually work on the environment. Okay, so let's take for instance, I want to style, and I want to give the text a color of black. I can pick black, you can see. So by the time I give it black, let's take for instance, I don't really like the way it looks, I want to make it more bigger. Okay, yeah, under this I can, sorry, under this you have to ensure that you click on the edit column before you can see the style. So under the style, you can give it a background, you can give it anything you feel like giving it. But here, this is the text, you can see I'm editing it, it's giving me a color. And typography means how do you want it to look like. Make it more bigger, you can give it probably 60, or any you can come straight down here and reduce the size if your mouse is not actually allowing you to do some adjustments. Okay, excuse me. So you can see the text is here. So don't forget, this is text, one text. I want to add another. This is the heading. So let's assume I want to add another text. But before I do that, let's assume I just want to add image to all this particular environment, the entire section. I can technically click on the entire section like this. I go back to style. Don't forget, for sections you have layout, style, and advanced. For any element you pick, is actually going to have content, style, layout, and advanced. So everything you're picking, you have content. Content means what are you picking. Style means how do you want it to look like, that the look and feel. And advanced simply means how do you want to add more tips to it. Okay, So whether I pick sections, whether I pick all these basic elements that I want to use, it's technically going to have content, it's going to have style, and it's going to have advanced. All right, so let's say for instance I want to add background color to this, background image to this. You know, I have to ensure that I'm on the entire section. You can see this blue line that actually surrounds it. So let's say for instance I double click, I can right click and edit section. So by the time I do that, it's going to change all these entire layers for me. So it's telling me that okay, you're on a layer which is a section and it is box and it's 1200. Do you want to style it? Yes, I want to. What background types do you want to give it? I want to give it an image. So now you can upload an image from your local computer and pick an image. So I picked my own image right there. So you're seeing it in the media library. So by the time I do that, okay, I'm clicking it and I insert the image. You can see the image is here. So this is how it works. So but this text is black. I want to make sure that the text is being changed to white back. So all I need to do is just to click on this icon, edit heading. So I can go back to style because this is the look and feel. I can click it and give it to what? White. You can see it's pretty good. But this particular background is too much light, so I want to make it dark a bit so that my text will be obvious. So I can double click on the edit and go back to, I'm still styling, I still want to see the look and feel. I can check the background overlay and make sure that okay, the background type, the color is what? Black. You can see this text is now very obvious. So if I want to give it another text, I can go back to that. Means I want to have another basic element, so I can come back here, click here, and what do I want? Let's assume I just want text editor. I can drag the text editor right there. You can see the text editor is not actually giving me what I want, but I just want it to be white. You know, for every, like I said, don't forget, for every basic element that you pick, it's going to have content, which is the name of that element. Text editor is going to have the style, and at the same time it's going to have what? An advanced section. So what I want to do right there, I'm checking what I picked. It is what? The text editor. So right, I want to style it. It's dark, I want to give it white, and I want to increase probably the size. That's the look and feel, right? Okay, so the text color, I want it to be white, and typography means do a lot more on your text. So okay, so right now the text font, what do I want? I want to call it, probably I want to give it another font family, which is Verdana. I love it. So I can increase the size to anything I want, so that it's going to be what? 18. I'm giving it 18 pixel, so that it's gonna be what? It's gonna be visible, more visible. You can see. So by the time you do that, that means you're adding more functionalities to what you're actually doing, right? Okay. So what else do I want to do? I want to give it a button. So if you want to give it a button, that means you need to go back to what? Your basic element and search for where you can see button. Where can we see button? Okay, button is there. Button has its own functionality. I'm dropping a button there. You can see it's pretty cool. So this button I'm actually dropping there, I can give it a color. I think I like something that looks like wine. Okay, so this color, this text, by the time you double click on it, you can see, scroll down here and click on edit. So by the time you do that, you will be able to have your content, style, and advanced as well. So what we want to do right there is that you want to actually, the text is small. If you want to make it extra small, if you want to make it medium, okay, medium is cool. So I think let me just leave it small. I think, yeah. Okay, style. You have typography. By the time you click on typography, how do you want it to look like? Okay, in terms of the size of the, you see, okay, the size of the what? The size of the text. Okay, I think I have to reduce it to 20. Okay, I like it this way. Weight, transform, and probably style. You see, just walk around it. Highlight, but this is not what I want to show you. All I want to show you is that how to actually change this button to, probably, let me just say apply now. Okay, so let's go back to content. Inside this text, that's where you're going to see it. You'll just say apply now. Okay, so, and I want to change the color. Color is the look and feel, right? That means text typography. Okay, sorry, this is what we do. Let's give it a text color. You can have a text color and background color. Everything is still under a button. So I want to give it a text color of something that looks like I don't want to give it a black, something that looks like okay, I'm looking for a wine color. If I don't see it, we just pick any color we feel like. Just pick any color. I think I like this color. Fine, let's just leave it this way. Something like looks like purple. Okay, it's good. So you can just give it a text color of white. Is still okay. So you can see this is just the basic things you need to know about how to actually work around your what Elementor. Like I said, you have basic elements, you have sections. Your basic elements, you use it a whole lot the way you actually want it. So this is it. So right now, if you now want to update, you can click on update and go back to your section, right click on it, edit section. No, I don't want title. I'm not working on title right now. I just want to work on section, edit section. So if you work on edit section, you can go back to your layout. How do you want it to look like? Do you want it to be what stretch section? Like, okay, it is stretched, you want it to be like this. How do you want it? Do you want it to cover? So but in the next tutorial, we're going to take a look at how to work more on our design. So what I want you to understand here is basic understanding, things you need to know about how to actually you should do your drag and drop in stuff on Elementor. Hope you actually enjoyed this tutorial. I don't want it to be too long. There is still a lot we need to learn about what Elementor Page Builder, but here this is the basic things you need to understand. All right guys, thank you guys for watching, and kindly subscribe and comment. That's what's going to give me this courage of doing more video. Okay, see you in the next one.